Hello, I'm Jonathan from Boom Instructor Training, and I'm here to help PDIs and ADIs get the most out of being a driving instructor. And if you would like to become a driving instructor, do check out my online ADI training course. Part 1 training is free, and you can purchase the Part 2 and Part 3 video tutorials separately. There is a link below in the top comment to the website. Now, on this video, you'll be watching how to introduce gear changing to a beginner pupil. And this is a demonstration, and to help me with this demonstration is my sister, who's called Jodie, and Jodie is an ADI herself, and Jodie's playing the part of the learner driver. I think she's very convincing actually, and I am the driving instructor, and I will be showing you how to introduce gear changing to a beginner pupil. So let's have a look.
So we parked up here. It's a nice long road where you can practice some gear changing for the first time. So up to now you've only practiced moving off and stopping, remaining in first gear. You've done really well with that, but it's now time to introduce some gear changing into your driving. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to explain how to change gear, and as I'm explaining it, I'm going to want you to practice doing it as I'm explaining. So we call it a dry run. So we're going to practice it whilst you're parked up here as a dry run. We're going to go up and down the gears, okay, and then you can give it a go then on the move. All right. Okay. So what I want you to do, we're going to kind of pretend, if you like, that you're driving. So put both hands on the wheel. Okay, just put it into first gear for me. Oh, now let's just, yeah, because we've got the stop start, haven't we? So just turn the engine off. Look, there we go. That's it. So the engine's fully off. That's great. So now put it into first gear. That's great. Put your left hand back on the wheel and let the clutch fully up. That's it. Just put your right foot on the gas pedal as it would be if you were driving along the road, and just keep your left foot over the clutch pedal in anticipation of needing to use the clutch pedal for the upcoming gear changes. Okay, so imagine that you've moved off. Okay, so we're just going to use a little bit of imagination, and you're driving along the road. You're perhaps up at 10, maybe even 15 miles per hour. We can hear the engine tone getting a little bit louder now. Okay, so I'm going to instruct you through the sequence of changing gear. Now, this is really important, and I'm going to give you a little bit of advice now, and I want you to remember this when you do come to change gear. When you take your left hand off the steering wheel and find the gear lever, keep looking forwards. Okay, so first thing that I want you to do is get used to finding the gear lever without looking down, because that's a habit that you just cannot afford to get into. Because why would it be dangerous if you're looking down at the gear lever as you're trying to change gear as you're driving along the road?
I'm not going to be looking where
You're not looking where you're going, yeah. So let's not even get into that habit, okay? Because it's an easy habit for new drivers to get into, okay? So you're not going to get into that habit. So just look forwards and just get comfortable and familiar with finding the gear lever whilst looking forwards, okay? That's good. Put your hand back on the wheel, okay? And let's, again, try that again. Hand on the gear lever without looking, yeah? Back on the steering wheel, and one more try, hand on the gear lever without looking. That's great. Okay, hand back on the steering wheel then. So let's go through the sequence of how to change gear. So you're in first gear.
Okay.
Imagine you're up to 10, maybe 15 miles per hour. The engine tone's getting a little bit louder now. You now want to go into second gear. So remember what we said, you're not going to look at the gear lever. So put your left hand on the gear lever. Press the clutch fully to the floor and ease the pressure off the gas pedal. So as your clutch comes down, the gas pedal comes up, yeah? Your foot comes off the gas pedal, that's great. Now you're going to go into second gear. Remember, keep pressure towards me as you go down into second gear. That's it. You can put your hand back on the wheel now. That's it. Let the clutch fully up. That's it. And then squeeze back on the gas pedal. There we go. That's great. So you're now in second gear.
Okay.
Okay. And imagine you're now building up a little bit more speed. You perhaps get up to 20 miles per hour. Okay. And then again, we can hear the engine tone getting slightly louder again. And you're going to go into third gear. So again, looking forwards, find the gear lever. That's good. So press the clutch fully down, ease pressure off the gas pedal. So remember, second gear to third gear, put it into neutral, let it spring and rest in its resting position in neutral. That's it, and then forwards into third gear. That's good. Your hand goes back on the wheel, let the clutch fully up and squeeze back on the gas pedal. That's good. And let's imagine you're now doing 30 miles per hour in third gear. Then you're going to go into fourth gear, okay? So find the gear lever, clutch fully down, off the gas, into fourth gear. You can put, that's it, into fourth gear. That's very good. You can put your hand back on the wheel and then let the clutch fully up and squeeze back on the gas pedal. Okay, good. Now let's go down all the gears now, okay? So find the gear lever, clutch fully down, off the gas, forwards into third gear. That's good. Now clutch fully up, put your hand back on the wheel, look, that's it. That's lovely. Okay, that's good, well done. I was watching your feet and you did everything right there. Okay, so let's go third gear to second gear. So find the gear lever, yeah, clutch fully down, off the gas pedal. So into second gear, so into the neutral position, across to me, keep pressure to me, and down into second gear, yeah, clutch fully up, hand back on the wheel, look, that's it. Squeeze back on the gas. Try to remember to put your hand back on the wheel, because what you don't want to be doing is driving with one hand on the gear lever and one hand on the steering wheel. So the moment you've made that gear change, hand straight back to the wheel, yeah? Okay. And let's have a practice now of going into first gear. So finding the gear lever. That's it, yeah, clutch down off the gas. Yeah, go on. That's good. Clutch smoothly up. Okay, good, well done. And let's go into the neutral position now. Okay, good, well done. All right then, so any questions for me then about the sequence of how to change gear?
No, I think obviously it'll be different when I'm driving.
Well, it should be, it's the same when you're driving. It's the same, it won't be different, it's exactly the same. There's no difference whatsoever. The only difference is you're on the move rather than stationary, but in terms of the sequence of changing gear, it's exactly the same, yeah. So you just look where you're going. I'll fully instruct you through it, okay. But that said, try to remember as much as you know as you can yourself. But I will kind of fully instruct you through the first few gear changes in terms of the sequence, and then just with enough practice, we'll be practicing this for the next part of the lesson. We'll practice it for as long as necessary, but certainly for the next 10 to 15 minutes to start with. And we're just going to keep practicing lots of gear changes, and then you know, we can practice it more as the lesson then progresses. Okay, yeah. So yeah, we'll practice this in a moment then.
Okay.
Start the engine, and then that's great. And then you can move off when you're ready, and then we'll start practicing some gear changing. You know how to move off now without my instruction, so I'm just going to let you have the responsibility for driving on.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, well done, that was nice. So move into your normal driving position, look in the centre of your lane. All right then, so let's go a little faster, get up to 10, 15 miles per hour. Okay, so time to go into second gear. So you're going to find the gear lever, clutch fully down, off the gas pedal, second gear, let the clutch up, back on the gas pedal. That's it, good, well done. Now, because we're going uphill, squeeze a little bit more pressure on the gas, that's it. You just need more power to get up the hill. That's fine, you're doing well. We're just going to leave it in second gear, as we get up to the top of the hill. What speed are you doing at the moment?
About 15.
15 miles per hour, that's fine. Do you feel comfortable
Yeah.
at the moment? Yeah, good, okay. So perhaps squeeze a little bit more pressure on the gas and let's just take it up to maybe 20 miles an hour, see how you feel at that speed. Ease off the gas slightly, that's it, that'll do. Okay, now once we've gone just past the pedestrian refuge here, then I'll be asking you to go into third gear, okay? So find the gear lever, clutch fully down, off the gas, I'm just going to help you with the steering, just grip the wheel a little bit, the steering wheel a little bit tighter when you take your hand off the wheel, okay? Into third gear, forwards into third gear, that's it, clutch fully up. Where does your left hand need to go? That's it, that's good. So when you make a gear change, just tighten the grip slightly on your right hand so your position doesn't drift on the road, okay? So we're going to pull up on the left at a safe place. Okay, so I'm going to let you have a practice. Yeah, good. Start to brake a little earlier, you know, because we're going slightly faster this time. So just brake a little bit earlier. That's it, good. Steer away from the curb. That's good, okay. Okay, yeah, feet off the pedals then. Okay, good, well done. Yeah, how do you feel about the gear changes you've practiced so far?
Yeah, I think it went better than what I thought.
Yeah, good. Any questions for me about any of those gear changes?
Not yet.
No? Okay,
No.
good. Well, we're going to go and practice it more.
Okay.
Bear in mind what I mentioned, as you take your hand off the steering wheel to make the gear change, just slightly firming up the grip.
Tighter.
Yeah, tighten up the grip with your right hand slightly, because now you're steering just temporarily with one hand, aren't you?
Yeah.
And that should stop your position drifting, because your position was just drifting a little bit back there. Okay. All right then. So if you'd like to drive on, and then let's practice some more gear changing. Do you want me to instruct you with this first gear to second gear change? Do you feel you want to have a go yourself?
I think I'd like you just to help me again.
Oh, okay, that's fine, that's no problem. Okay, let's go a little bit faster then. Okay, so where's your left hand need to go? Okay, so down with the clutch then, off the gas, into second gear, clutch fully up. Yeah, back on the gas, there we go. That was a nice one. How did that feel?
Yeah, better.
Yeah. Okay, so you can go a little faster. You're doing 12 miles per hour at the moment, look. So your road position's good, just keep in the centre of your lane. You're doing well. And then let's try for third gear then. So clutch down, yeah, find the gear lever, clutch down, that's it. You've got it, let the clutch up, back on the gas. That's good. You're getting the feel of it, I think, now.
Yeah.
I don't think you're really needing as much help from me now. I can see that you're getting a feel for it, so that's really good. And we're just going to keep going. You can see there's a bend here, so you're going to be steering around the bend. You will leave it in third gear. Third gear is a good gear for driving up a hill. It's got plenty of power to get up this hill. If you went into fourth gear now, you'd lose power.
Right.
So if you're going up a hill like this at 25 miles per hour, which is what you're doing at the moment, third gear is a good choice.
So from here, as the lesson progresses, you would just do more of the same, more gear changing, and you would start to pass more responsibility to the pupil. So as the instructor, you would be instructing less and expecting the pupil to have more responsibility for making gear changes. But before you shift this balance of responsibility, discuss it and ask the pupil if they're happy to have more responsibility. So you could say something along the lines of, would you feel comfortable now if I let you practice the next few gear changes without me instructing, so you can have the responsibility for changing gears without me instructing you? And of course, if the pupil says, no, I don't feel I'm ready for that, then you would continue to verbally instruct the pupil. But if the pupil says, yes, I feel that I would like to practice gear changing now without your instruction, then of course, that's been agreed now. So you'd keep quiet and you would let the pupil practice the gear changing. So the balance of responsibility will invariably shift as the lesson progresses. The important thing is to agree with the pupil the balance of responsibility, how much instruction you will be giving them, how much responsibility they will have for themselves. Agree that with them. The pupil must always know what is expected of them. So if you expect them to try gear changing without you helping, they need to know that. If you're going to be giving them instruction to help them practice gear changing, they need to know that. So your pupils should always know what is expected of them. The best thing to do is discuss this with your pupils, and if you think the pupil's ready to have more responsibility, ask them, do you feel ready to have more responsibility? Are you happy to try this now by yourself without me instructing you? So this is a client-centered approach. By asking the pupil, you're being client-centered. Okay, well, I hope this has been helpful. If you have enjoyed this video, if you found it useful, please do like and subscribe. Liking and subscribing will encourage me to make more videos for you. Thank you for watching, and when you are teaching pupils yourself, remember just to keep it simple and enjoy it.